And welcome everybody to Locked On Lads TV. We are live from Pocono for round 8, I think it is, of ANZCAR Thunder Series, where the Xfinity cars are racing around the triangle. Three very different turns, three very different things are going to happen here. Tyre wear should be an issue. We've got 150 miles to do this. I'm Peter Wilkinson and I'm joined tonight by Mark Johansson. How you going, mate?
Good, mate, and I'm glad to be here tonight. Thought I'd come keep you company, seeing that you're trying to fly solo. I know how hard it is to push buttons and call the race, so I'll jump in and give some help where I can.
Mate, you just got to make me look good. That's all you've got to do. That's your job.
Mate, that's not hard.
No, it's extremely hard. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm getting volumes. That's why we're a little bit delayed tonight. The volumes were all out, but we're at Pocono. Mark, give me a rundown of your thoughts on Pocono.
I don't know if I can. The language might not be appreciated. No, look, you were right, mate. There's three completely different corners, three different ways of taking this track. 1 and 2, or sorry, I should say 1, you try and get out as high and as close to the fence as you can and cut back in. 2, you've really just got to ease through that. A lot of guys will trail break through turn 2. And then 3, well, that's just a whole different kettle of fish. You've got to really get off the gas and take your time coming through there. Get right down onto that little ripple strip on the inside and try and get a hard drive out of it to the main straight. So there's 3 very, very different turns.
You got to love it. These guys, they used to just doing 4 turns, and really it's only 2. And it's all left, and it's all the one thing. It's slight differences, but tonight will throw up some interesting scenarios, I think. We should get not many, but we should get a few cautions tonight, I believe. We've got a 27-strong field out here tonight, including the current championship leader, Hamish Gallagher. The second place currently, Josh Micklemore, and third place, Ryan Jones. In that order on the practice timetable right now. Quickly look at what's happening with that leaderboard right now. I'll just quickly take you through it. Now, remember, Ryan Jones missed a week, as the checkered flag goes for practice. He is currently 46 points off Hamish Gallagher's first place position. So 46 points with a race in hand is a pretty good little spot to be in. But Hamish Gallagher has 12 bonus points up his sleeve, gives him a 13-point advantage over Josh Micklemore. Ryan Jones, as we said, 46 points further back then, so it's actually 59 off Hamish. He is currently. Ruben Phelps in 4th, Brad Fenley in 5th, Andrew Dyson's all the way up to 6th now, Matty Hunter in 7th. That top 7 did not move last week. Norman Clark missed the 300 from last week, gets himself up to 8th. Stevie Dubb in 9th, Matty Raymond in 10th, Noddy Tompkins having a great season in 11th, Luke Jorgensen equal 12th with Tom Neal, Kobe Jordan in 14th, and Justin Witcher wasn't here last week, dropped down, we missed 2 races, he's down 7 positions to 15th right now. So that is the current sit of the table. As the guys get ready to come out onto track and put down a lap. Now, Mark,
I was just going to say, some of these guys will just take their time in their qualifying, make sure they get a reasonable, good start to the race, and make sure they're there in that top 10, because there's a lot of big names in this field, as you said.
Yes, it's one of those weeks. It's pretty much packed as it is every week. There's a few names that pretty much everyone's returning names, but we've got the names, like I said, we've got Andrew Dyson, we've got Ryan Jones, we've got Stevie Dubb, Hamish Gallagher, Aiden Schultz, Josh Micklemore. All those names that are always familiar up the front are all here, and even those names that are familiar at the back there, like Matty Raymond, Jaden Russell's here. So it should be a good little round number 8 as we watch Josh Micklemore coming down the front straight, ready to put a lap in. Everyone, or basically 2/3 of the field's out there putting a lap down. A few people I suspect probably won't, even though track position here is pretty important, I believe, at Pocono. So you don't really want to be starting from the back, but some people love it, and that's what they're going to do. As we see some of these times finally hitting the boards, with Kai Turner currently taking the top spot with a 54.48. Davey Douglas jumps up there into second. Norma Clark sitting in fifth, although we've got Ryan Jones into third, Justin Witcher in fourth, Aiden Schultz in fifth. There is going to be some change to that, because I believe the second lap is where everyone's going to try and leave everything on the table. We've got some quick times out there. I think Hamish Gallagher's on a bit of a flyer right now.
Yeah, the first lap is basically to get your tyres warm, and the second lap here is where you, as you said, you put everything on the table.
Yeah, you don't want to be leaving anything behind. We saw what happened to Ryan Jones last week. Put himself down the back of the pack and just never recovered. I think it was last week. The whole week's sort of blurring into one at the moment as he comes around onto the final straight. Does not hit the wall, cuts across the straight and puts down a slightly better time that is not good enough to move him up any further. But Hamish Gallagher is that person who has put himself currently at the top of the table. He jumped out of the server. He's off to have a quick drink before, or a toilet break before he goes off. Kai Turner's put himself into second so far. Nathan Rollock up to fifth. Nice little job there watching Tom Pritchard coming around this long left-hander that is turn 3. You do want to stay off that wall. It can make a lot of things go bad if you just tap that wall, because you've got such a long straight here. You can see Tom flying down the straight. You lose any momentum coming onto this straight. It can really hurt you by losing many positions. A little bump just there that he's just gone over into turn 1. He gets it. You can see the car fighting there, wanting to go a bit sideways there as he comes around. Then he's hit the wall. That will be a 0x, and that'll be a end of that session for Tom, I believe. But yeah, there's still a few people out there. Brad Fenley coming around onto the back straight here. Should be a good night. But Mark, those people who listen to or watch Locked On Lads TV probably don't know you as well as every single other person in the world that should know you, especially in this league. Quickly shout out what you've been doing and where you're from.
Yeah, all right. I actually run the Weekend Warriors Australian Stock Car Championship. We're trying to work in as close as we can this year, and moving forward with ANZCAR to boost and bring the numbers up in the stock car racing or NASCAR. And we're running the 87s on a Saturday night before our Cup car races. But we've got a few changes coming next year. Ed knows we're going to move our 87s to Sunday nights. We're going to start a wheeling race championship on a Friday night, and our Cup cars will stay on Saturday night.
Lots of stuff happening.
Yes, definitely. It'll be a feast for next year for oval track racing in Australia and New Zealand. Like you got the trucks for the ANZCAR on Monday night. Then Wednesday night we've got the Thunder Series is returning again next year, as far as I'm aware. Thursday night you got the ANZCAR Cups, and then Friday night you have our wheeling. And then Saturday night we have our Cup car racing, and then Sunday afternoon we'll have the 87s, and then you can move on to the Australasian Super E Series in the V8s.
There you go. Look at that. Plenty of oval stuff if you want to go between ANZCAR, Weekend Warriors, and a few others. So that is really good. We've got the cars lining up on the grid. Andrew Dyson snuck a lap in there at the end to get pole position.
Yeah, it's at 54.2, so 200ths of a second quicker than Hamish.
Yes, it's a solid effort. It'll be interesting to see. I think he's going to have a good, strong night tonight. I think he's sniffing a championship the way he's going. He's had a really good purple patch in the middle of the season here. We haven't stopped talking to him in the commentary booth when we've had the podium getters up in here. So it is, he's definitely in a bit of form right now, so we'll see how he goes. But let's go through that grid really quickly. Andrew Dyson first. Hamish Gallagher will start alongside him. Kai Turner, a great effort up into third. Davey Douglas is always very consistent up there in fourth. Brian Jones in fifth. Nathan Rawlock in sixth. Stevie Dubb seventh. Tom Neal eighth. Josh Micklemore ninth. Adam Malone 10th. Justin Wisher 11th. Next to Aiden Schultz in 12th. Norman Clark 13th. Mirko Dorkanak in 14th. Ben Vickers 15th. Tom Pritchard 16th. Brad Fenley in 17th as the cars start to roll out. Brett Campbell in 18th. Luke Georgeson in 19th. Wesley Closley in 20th. Tex Linder in 21st. Ruben Phelps 22nd. Jaden Russell in 23rd. Jamie Nankervis, who isn't quite in the server yet, is supposed to be for 24th. Matty Raymond in 25th. Kobe Jordan's just popped into the server right now for 26th. Matty Hunter 27th. And Noddy Tompkins rounding out the 28 strong field here as they come down the back straight, heading towards turn 2 for the last time before we start in 28th position. And we have Davey Douglas, you in chat. Welcome to chat. You should be racing. Concentrate on driving. Don't chat and drive. What's your pick, Mark, for the first caution? Are we going to see one very early on? Or these guys, they've had a pretty good run this season, I think, except for last week.
Mate, I'm going to say with that top 10, I reckon we may see one within the first 5.
Okay. I reckon it's possible too, especially coming onto that. There's a few spots you just can't go too wide. Turn 2's one of those, or you can go too wide. You do cost yourself a lot of time if you do, but you do risk putting someone into the wall or tapping someone as they come around turn 3. The pace car's in front. Dyson has the field. Hamish is just sitting there ready to go. Davey Douglas is ready to push him along down this big long front straight. Pace car will pull away as we get onto the out of the final turn, and it is Dyson's race to control right now as he gets ready to start the Pocono 150, brought to you by Locked On Lads. That's us. Go check it out where the Facebook page when you can. You see lots of movement in the field as Davey Douglas gets right down the inside. They're 4 wide going to turn 1 here if they don't bunch up, but he really doesn't want Micklemore getting in front of him down the inside. We are 4. Oh, Davey Douglas puts a little wobble there in the middle of the turn. Getting those tyres still warm is a problem right now as one of the cars is blinking in the back of the field there, but Dyson has control of this field. Micklemore does get that spot in front of Davey Douglas now, which he was after before. Davey Douglas coming all the way down the bottom there to block it. But you can see those little slightly different lines there through turn 2. Hamish stayed high. Dyson went a little bit lower. That's Kai Turner behind, was he behind? But here it is. They want to get on the accelerator as quick as we can to get this run down the straight and see if they can get the draft. You'll see these cars going all over the track here, trying to stop draft. There's Davey Douglas coming down the inside, warming those tyres up or just getting into the mirror of some people. That's a good start, Mark. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely a good start. I was just going back through the field a little bit there while you were commentating, and there everyone seems to have settled down and gone into a single file mode. So we may not see a caution early.
Yeah, look at that from the back of the pack there. These guys are line astern the whole way around, all the way to the back of the pack here. Being nice little good boys and girls out there on the track. I like it. But we can't do this for how many laps we're doing? 60 laps tonight.
60, is it?
Yep. Can't do that for 60. We've got to have something happen, but be interested to see how these tyres hold out. That'll be the key thing, because as you said, you've got 3 different types of corners out here, 3 different ways to ruin your tyres, and 3 different effects to your tyre. So you might have good in 1 and 2 and 1 and 3, sorry, but 2 you might have a few bad spots there, and all of a sudden you can't go 2 full pelt.
No, and this place is hard on tyres too. So in the Cup car, I think we were getting about 34 laps to 35 laps on a set of tyres, and the drop-off was huge.
Yeah, I suspect it'll be pretty huge tonight. Like I said, we saw a 54 from Daiso in practice. Oh no, 55 was it in qualifying. So they're already in the 55 twos at the moment, which is they're pretty much doing their best laps right now. We'll see how big the drop off is over the next couple of laps. But this is basically a super speedway. It's massive track. Only 3 turns though, which makes this little section here between turns 3 and turn 1, like I said, very, very important, as they are all completely strung out. Everyone wants to look after those tyres as they go in hot here. Kai getting right on the back there of Hamish Gallagher and opening a chance up for Micklemore if he can get a good run out here. But track position is king right now, but I don't think anyone's going to do any silly risky moves to try and get that position off. I think we're at round 8 of 12. Drop rounds start to take we know drop rounds full results after next week, I think it is. So we will know what the exact ladder is for the championship as next week. And there we go. Josh does put it down the inside coming into turn 3. Now he's just got to plant this foot and get enough of a run and stop Kai from getting alongside him. Kai would have been able to get on that accelerator a little bit earlier from being a little bit higher. We can see there if we go to Chopper, Kai's got back in front of him again. So Josh tried to make a stick and he's going to go again here.
That was the what I was saying, that you've got to get out wide and cut that turn 3, that tunnel turn in, and try and get that good run. But as you said, Kai was able to stick to the outside and get that line, take that line off Josh, that he really wanted to get it out to the fence to get that drive.
Yeah, so I thought he wanted... Well, you think he pretty much had him by mid-turn there, and but pardon me, slow in, fast out. It was helped Kai keep that position in front. Ryan Jones is getting right up on the back of Micklemore. Hopefully be able to help him down the straight there, give him a bit of bump draft. Now he's going to jump down and try and get the draft from Kai and get down the inside of Micklemore. As you can see at the bottom of the screen there, Dave Douglas just wants to be everywhere on the track. He wants to cover everyone's mirrors. Ryan pulls out of the move as they go into turn 1. But Kai makes it work on Hamish Gallagher. And Hamish is up high, that bump. You can see how he just got the car a little bit unsettled there halfway through on turn 1, which has given Ryan Jones a little bit of a run now on the straight as Kai gets on the back of Andrew Dyson.
It looked like Hamish just got a little bit of a push mid-corner there, and that's what sent him up track. So maybe Hamish might be suffering, starting to suffer. I know it's only lap 6, but those tyres, as I said, mate, once they start to go off, they drop off.
We're already 0.6, 0.7 of a second further down than their best times already, and we're 6 laps in.
Dave's having a big run at Josh here. No, Scott's back in behind him, so he'll try and get a move done into turn 1 after a nice draft down the main straight.
Full disclosure, everyone, I've had a pretty severe flu over the weekend, and my throat is getting very coughy at the moment. So if you hear me just vanish, it's because the mute button's on and I'm coughing up a lung. It's been a week.
Have another Marlboro, mate. You'll be right.
Lucky I didn't do anything all weekend, because if I hadn't done anything, my voice would have vanished and you would have had a nice deep Wilco doing the commentary tonight. As you see, Kai Turner, he wants this front position. He doesn't want to let Dyson get away. A nice easy run, controlling the race, then using his tyres however he wants. He wants to push him, which is going to work perfectly in the for the person in his mirror there. That person sitting nicely behind him in 3rd place. Ryan Jones can just watch these two fight, use up their tyres, and just do his best with Hamish behind him. I don't think Hamish is going to start pushing Ryan Jones anytime soon, so Ryan's getting back up at the back of Kai Turner whenever he can. But you can see
Kai's got him.
Kai's got him. Look at that. Something's that's interesting. Sorry, I should have been in a better TV view for that one. But Ryan Jones has got Dyson as well. Something's happened there in that corner that I didn't get a chance to really see, obviously, because I was in the wrong camera. But
well, Dyson's dropped back to 3rd now, so maybe he's just starting to feel that tyre go, and decided that, hey, let's play it safe. Maybe try and do this on a one-stop race. So just have to see how the ball plays out.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I'm loving this. We've got, by the way, we've got Stevie Hoppert in chat as well. Lockie Urquio is also there from London. He's watching in a train station. Very, very good job of keeping up with us. That's a great effort. You see Ryan Jones is really pushing up here. But yeah, Dyson, that is very interesting. So he's doing 56.3 last lap. Everyone else is doing 55.6s, 55.7s. So I reckon he's got a little bit loose in turn one while I wasn't watching. Because he seems to be able to hold Hamish right now. Turn two is the important one. Pardon me, hold on.
Cough it up, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I probably should have grabbed the water before I came in. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I haven't had this bad
we've got a few cars into the wall in turn two. The 75 of Wesley Close.
Yeah.
He went into that turn two very hard.
You can see the scrapes down the side there. Noddy's having an issue here too. He's about 5 to 6 seconds slower on this lap than he was, and he's got a bit of damage down the side there as well. He must have come a buster, unfortunately, as well. You can see the starting to drag out. It'll be interesting to see if at any stage traffic does come into play with this one, because if we go green this whole way and yeah, these boys start spreading out a fair bit, we might see some interesting stuff when they try and have to overtake them. But it's a big track, like I mentioned before. It's a full speedway length, so it's going to take a while for that to happen. Plus, there's plenty of room. It's a very wide track, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, definitely. But it's also, it's wide, but it's not. If they stay down on this pole line, it's going to become a one groove track. You'll see some guys trying to move out and make it a two groove track, so you've got two lanes through these turns. But yeah, at the moment everyone's just running nose to tail. Brad's having a look on. Brad's having a look on Nathan.
Yep. Want to make it work if you can do so. Well, I love Pocono, the fact that they can tell you what turn number you're on every time you go into it. But they're racing around turn two at the moment. This is the one you really want to keep it flat as much as you can through there. Obviously, Ruben Phelps did a great job coming down the inside. He just kept that momentum going through that corner, and you can see how important that is. You get checked up there, you lose all momentum for that whole back part of the straight. Well, not straight, but the turn two area. So Ruben's done a great job coming through that little pack. He's up 6 positions. The person ahead that we're watching before, Jaden Russell, up 10 positions from the back, doing a great job as well. Doing 55.7s while the front runners are doing 55.7s as well. But I tried to go back here. Dyson, you can just see he's opened that gap up a little bit on Hamish and closed it back down again on Ryan. He's actually done one of the quickest laps of the race last lap, 55.5, versus everyone's, like I said, 57s, 55.7s and 55.8s. So it doesn't feel like he had a tyre problem before. It feels like he did make a slight error, which cost him a second, and unfortunately that was 2 positions as he comes back on the back of Ryan here. There seems to be nothing wrong with this car right now, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's just settled down, and he'll be there or thereabouts at the end for sure. I was just going to say before we went green, mate, Dyso's had a great season so far. He's taken both our major races in the Warriors, being the ANZCAR Cup and the Memorial Day Cup, and he's starting to put a good run together in the ANZCAR Cup. So, and by the sounds of things, sorry, I haven't been keeping up with the Thunder, but it sounds like from what you're saying, he's starting to put a good pack together here in the Thunders.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't gone a week without having to talk to him for a while. And that also included the Australian Supercar E-Series. Came along to that and got a second place in that the 1 week he turned up for that as well. As we watched Aiden Schultz trying to get down his teammate. That's Andrew Dyson's teammate, CVW. Can't quite make a stick though now, but you can see behind there 3 wide as Witcher, Malone and Dortnack battle it out. Coming across the line, that is Adam Malone on the outside, just holding the position. Mirko, though, is not going to make it easy for him. Mirko's going to try and take this into turn 1, but at least holds off Justin Witcher. No, doesn't even get that position. You can see it's all about keeping this momentum going on this track. It's Davey Douglas. What a legend. Doesn't want to drive this car straight at all. When it's straight, she's not going fast, according to him, apparently. Ryan Jones is dropped back behind Micklemore as well, and we've missed that. And Hamish has also snuck his way up there. So that's Ryan's fallen from second down to fifth while we've been watching things go on in the back there. Not sure what's going on. His actual differential this lap is about 0.8 of a second slower than last lap. So that's a big move for everyone.
I think I've just gone back on my cameras, mate. It looks like he missed a gear coming down the main straight, coming out of turn 3. So there was a real big check-up by him, and then into turn 1 he just went wide and opened the door for the boys underneath.
That is a very big mistake to make, and very easy one to do, to be honest, though. But just out of interest, these boys have now dropped into the 56s. The whole field is doing 56s at the moment. Nathan Rorlock's the only one in the 57s by the look of it. There's a couple more down there. But Turner has this lead of this race, doing a great job up front. Dyson is half a second behind him, and Hamish is right on the back of Dyson, just making sure he is not losing touch with him. And Micklemore's doing a great job, though. Micklemore is started... he's up 5 spots, so he's up doing a great job there, but he's really looking like he's got pace on Pocono at the moment, which is really good to see, as this top 6 is looking very competitive tonight.
I know Josh has been struggling with the Cup cars, but he seems like he's got a good grip on these Xfinity cars, so I'm happy to see him going well in top 5. So yeah, let's see where he finishes at the end of the night. I think I actually put him in the money for a podium.
Yeah, again, we'll talk to him again, I'm sure. He definitely is one of those guys who's always doing a great job. Always somewhere near the front. As we see, Dyson's put the move on at the front here, as I went to go back to a bit of a battle pack going on in the background. But whether Kai's tyres are starting to go, but Hamish has got to run on him now. But Kai holding that top line is just going to have the advantage. But Hamish should be able to make this stick going to turn 1. I think Micklemore wants to take advantage and get a 2-for-1 deal here as well.
As you see, Wilco, 16, 17 laps in, 2 seconds slower than the qualifying pace. So there's a fairly big drop off.
There is a fairly big drop off. So at some stage, 2 seconds a lap, again, you can get by pitting. It's one of those tracks that it's such a long track, 55-second lap. If you look at about 47 seconds in the pit bay, which is Mirko's in there right now, you don't go down a lap by going in and changing tyres and topping up in fuel. So one of those things that if we can get a caution and you've done your stop, you get a jump back up the field pretty quickly.
Yeah, what normally happens to me is I go in the pit here and the caution happens while I'm in the pit lane.
Yeah, that is a problem. Mirko's car looks worse and worse, so something's actually happened there. He's still 36 seconds on the pit bay right now, so he's getting some damage done. He's going a lap down strategically to try and get some damage repaired, because you can tell on a track like this, if you're a little bit off pace, it's a very, very long lap. You need all the pace you can get. As Hamish and Dyson, once again, we talk about it almost every week, are doing a great job here of commanding this race, as Kai Turner just tries to hold on now, about 0.3 of a second a lap slower than the guys ahead of him. Just wants to hold on to that draft. He's getting a little bit wily around some of these corners as well. I think those tyres are really starting to play up, as Hamish has made a move for the leaders and made it stick as well. So great job there. Hamish is making the moves to get himself back in front. He wants to hold on to this championship. He wants the year-long championship. He wants each season. I know that. So it's great to see him back up front here, as Davey Douglas has made the move on Ryan Jones back there as well in the background, and that's 6th and 7th for him. Adam Malone, and this is this one we're trying to work out before. They've just got past Tom Neal. Adam Malone and Justin Witcher working together there to get on the back of Stevie Dub now, as they work their way back up through the field. Doing a great job of it, doing some pretty good fast laps, as someone just finished. Nope, the return to the server, it's fine. Mirko's still in the pits, 27th car. One of the cars did not start, as I said, wasn't in the server, so that is unfortunate, but these guys are doing a great job of sticking 2 and 3 wide in most corners here. But these guys have got some good rubber on their tyres. They're making it stick, but no, Stevie Dub is going to not let Malone pass, but then going to try and get back on top of which are going into turn 1.
It's strange seeing Stevie Dub in a white car. I tell you, every time you say see Stevie Dub, I look at that green car, green and black car.
There's plenty of green and black cars out there, though. He's it's look, the Simbriggs cars, they all look the same, which is great to see. It's the DPR cars when they're in force. It's good to see, and they're usually in the road tracks where they're in force. But you see, Hamish here has got this little gap going now over Josh Micklemore. 56.5-second laps now, so it is even more flowing out here. We might start to see we're at the 20 lap mark. So this is if you're going to do a two-stop strategy, which I can't see many people doing. Now's the time to get in. I think everyone's waiting for caution, but the field is spread out.
Yeah, definitely spread out. I think you may start to see a lot of guys come down pit road at about lap 30. Try and split this race into 2.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. So I think we've got 9 laps, and people are going to have to start biting the bullet. You'll see a couple of people try and go long, especially if they've got good tyre wear, and see if they can snag a yellow and pit under that. But at this stage, yeah, I think we're 9 laps away from seeing the first real. Probably see a couple of people come in just a little bit early, try and get an undercut going. But yeah, in the next 9 laps, we'll start to see some stuff happening as far as pit stops go. As I look throughout the field here, Dyson's on the back of Micklemore. I think this is where the battle is at the moment, although Matty Hunter's slowly working his way through the field. I want to go back and look at that in a sec.
Yeah, he's just made a nice move on Ben Vickers. So
Yeah.
he's Matty Hunter started where I'd lose him.
He's 26,
started 26, so he's up 6, 8 spots. So that's pretty good for Matty.
Yeah, it's doing a great job. He's just dropped it back down to 19th here as he lets Ben Vickers get back in front of him. But I think he's doing a great job and holding on well. Has Jaden Russell, quiet achiever right now, not really quiet, 15th places up from the start. He's only 5 seconds off the lead. He's doing 56.7s, which is pretty much the same as the leaders at the moment. But he's up 15 positions from where he started. That's a huge move, and that's someone we do expect to see up front. So, yeah, should be good little race from him. I think it's far from over for him. Well, it's obviously far from over, but yeah, I think he's just looking at the back there of Davey Douglas. He's got some speed. Keep an eye out for him as we go through the field. As I'm going to mute just a second again.
That's all right. Now I'm just looking at Ruben Phelps, and he's settled into a nice rhythm.
Ooh, there's a Stevie Dub into the wall back there, just slightly. By the way, thank you, Mo Better, for the raid on Twitch. You're a legend. But yeah, Stevie Dub just coming out of that turn, just got a little high, hit the wall. You see the scrapes down the side there. He lost him 2 positions on Phelps and Malone. Malone sort of had it, but yeah, just lost it to Phelps, who we saw coming charging through the field before. But Phelps is up 11 positions as well, so he's one of those other big movers at the moment. Brad Fenley's made his way past, or actually making his way backwards. Yeah, I think Vickers and Hunter have both just got a position on him, or Hunter's about to anyway. Matty's about to get there. Ryan Jones has dropped back down to 7th, so he's actually let Aiden Schultz get past him. Aiden Schultz, you can see just in front of there. Jaden Russell's on the back of him here. You've also got Kai Turner is dropping back a little bit as well at the moment, but I think in the next lap or two, Jaden Russell here is going to have Ryan Jones done and dusted. Yeah, he's going almost a second a lap quicker, so I don't know whether Jones has missed a gear again.
Yeah, I don't know. He just can't seem to come on the main straight that first time.
There's some marks down that right-hand side of his car, the driver's side. There's a few scrape marks from the front end, just behind the front right. He's hit a wall at some stage. That's what that is. But yeah, 25 laps into 60, no cautions as yet. Mirko is still in the pits, so he's the only real retirement. We had one not start. Noddy Tompkins has gone a lap down. But other than that, everyone is on the lead lap by about 28 seconds. Tex Linda is the last guy on the lead lap right now. Noddy's hoping for a yellow so he can get his lucky dog and get back up the front here. But Hamish has opened up this gap on Dyson. Dyson's got past Mickelmore. But it is really starting to spread out at the front as Hayden Schultz gets Kai Turner. Hayden Schultz is on a flyer right now, actually. He's doing a great job coming out of the field. He's really looked after his tyres to this point, which is great to see.
He started in 12th, so yeah, good move through the field.
Definitely showing the form that he's capable of, which is something we don't always say from Hayden, but he's always given it a good crack.
Yeah, he's one of those drivers that he either moves forward or he has a terrible night.
I was going to call it before. I reckon Nathan Rawlock's coming into the pits here in a second, and here he is. First of our green stop pits with Tex Lynn. No, that's Brett Campbell as well that's coming into it as well. So Nathan Rawlock will have a look here, locks it up, gets his pit bay, overshoots his mark. He's going to hate that we saw that on live on the broadcast. Gets his tyres changed. You're going to have an idea here of what a... yeah, got both tyres changed. 36 seconds on the thing. And off he goes again. He's still going. Exits pit lane at a full 45-second pit stop with Brett Campbell coming behind. So he's a lap down, though, because of how far he was off the lead. But that gives you an idea of, as we see Stevie Dub coming into the pits. He's the next one who's going to do a green stop, pit stop.
And 77's in. I think it's 77 or 11.
It is Tom Pritchard.
Right. Tom Pritchard.
15.
Sorry, I just got the the back view of the pit lane, so I just seen a red car go in.
No, all good. So we got Brett Campbell's had a really quick stop. 3 seconds, although that's probably why Nathan Rawlock missed his pit bay. I remember watching that. 3 seconds quicker in and out than Brett Campbell than Nathan Rawlock there. So interesting to see. We've got a few more. I think Luke Georgeson's go. He's just getting overtaken down the outside there.
The 11's in this time round.
Ryan Jones is pitting. Now this will be interesting to see how fast he comes out and where he comes out. So he's someone who wasn't that far off the lead. Will he go down exactly a lap? Will he be able to pace with the lead as well? Oh, obviously he'll be able to pace with the leaders. Will he be able to get that lap back down when he comes back out quick enough? We're just watching now. So we should start getting Brett Campbell getting a full lap under under fresh tyres here in a second. We'll start getting some times. You can already see Nathan Rawlock's actually a second quicker than he normally is. Well, he has been out here anyway, so sitting in behind Jaden Russell, who's come on the back of Kai Turner. Kai Turner used to be leading this race at one stage, and here Jaden Russell is right on his rear. But Nathan Rawlock should be able to pass both of these if he's good enough. Definitely got the rubber to be able to do it. So let's stick with him while he goes and tries to pull down the inside. No, he's going to try and do it on the outside. No, you get the run off because he'll be able to accelerate so much quicker out of turn 3. That's not turn 3 though. You can see him looking for the spot he needs to go past. 56.3 was his first lap out, full lap. Ryan Jones is someone. He had a very quick stop, 41 from pit lane start to pit lane exit. And he's going around to start his first full lap under green, fresh tyres. Pause, I need to take a break just for a second. Ooh, this throat is absolutely killing me.
Dyso's closed up that gap.
He has.
Closed that gap, yeah.
0.28 seconds, which is going to be crucial because if these guys are saving fuel or get a jump in the pit lane or anything like that, that's what they're looking for. Adam Malone is in the pit bay. I just want to see where Ryan Jones has come out. He's definitely further down the track than the leaders, so he's got a good almost 10 seconds before being lapped, so he's fine.
Yeah,
43 seconds off the lead right now.
He's come out in 21st, so...
Of the cars that are stopped, he's currently the leader. It'll be interesting to see how far these guys push it, because obviously pressure tyres at the end are the key. These guys are going for an undercut. We're 30 laps now, so we're at the halfway mark. Shouldn't be much more that people try and push it unless they've got good tyres, but we're looking at 56.6s and 56.7s for the top lap times, where Stevie Dub just did a 55.4. Ryan Jones 55.9. These guys are significantly quicker, as you can expect. We've got all these cars starting to push in pit lane now. Pit lane is packed. That's Kai Turner. That's Justin Witcher. I think that's Tom Neal.
Oh, who's in the mother car? Monster Energy.
That's Malone.
Big miss of the pit bay there.
Oh. Adam Malone. I thought he'd already been in. Oh yeah, he's facing the wrong way. This is a caution. We have a full course caution. Yellow flags are out. Let's go back and have a look what's happened there on his entry to pit lane. No, he'd already pitted. That's right. His engine's gone. His race is over.
That was turn 2. It looks like it may have just stepped out on him.
Oh, we did. Those yellow lines on the inside are doing my head in. That's fresh tyres. No, he's cars. Let's go from the chopper. Let's have a quick look at this one. It's all done this all on his own, so just got the foot down a little bit. You can see how sideways he is already, and it's just kicked on him. Great job to stay out of everyone's way, and everyone else, great job to go down the inside and miss him. But that's the end of his race. He's off front end damage. You can see the smoke coming out already.
So that should give Tom Pritchard the lucky dog, so if he stays out.
I've got Kobe Jordan in the... Oh, no, he's in the pit lane. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be... Everyone's pitting, obviously. We've got Hamish coming around. Hamish hasn't pitted yet.
No.
Because they're still catching the pace car.
They're at behind... yeah, they're behind the pace car, so it'll be interesting to see if they peel off.
Well, they have to. You've got to pit now. They're going to lose track position out of this big time. But they have to get the stop done. So it's only 9 seconds between them and the cars that have already pitted.
Yeah,
Ryan Jones. I'm not... I've got to go to... There we go, fresh. So that's the thing now. Ryan Jones takes effective race lead. Or he'll take the lead if everyone else in front of him pits, which they have.
So the big question here is, do both of them take 4 tyres, or is someone going to be brave enough and just take the outside?
I will tell you in a sec once they've all boxed and off they go again. Ryan Jones catching up to the cars in front. The cars in front are going to get a lap back of him. Davey Douglas, though, putting himself into second position here. Josh McGraw in third. Kai Turner fourth. Aiden Schultz fifth. Their tyres are only 2 to 5 laps older than the guys in front. Oh, behind, sorry.
Right.
So
Dyson has won the race off pit lane.
have a look here. Dyson got a 14.6 in the box versus Hamish's 14.4. It is purely Dyson's aggression getting in and out of pit lane, or in and out of his box, that has got him that position. That's a great job. That's how you want to do it. Not down to luck then. It's just purely being more aggressive and getting that brake mark is 100% right. But that's a huge move for him, sitting in 8th now though.
And I can tell you, Wilco, that both of them took 4 tyres.
Yeah, definitely.
And fuel.
Everyone in the field definitely took 4 tyres and fuel. Well, look at that. My numbers on my end. The interesting one here is we're going to have a restart. 8th, 9th and 10th are the first, second and third of those guys who went out the longest. So they've got the freshest tyres. That third one in that little stretch of cars is Jaden Russell. He's sitting third out of the cars that have stopped just this caution. So he's got the freshest tyres out there. He's right behind Hamish Gallagher and Andrew Dyson. And he showed pace all night. If he can navigate his way through, I think he's got time. They're gonna, at the end of the race, they're gonna have a little bit extra speed than these guys in front of him. I think these guys are box seating for a good win tonight if it goes green to the end. I need to get onto a better camera so I can see what's going on as they start to go too wide yet again. We go to the front. Ryan Jones will have control of this pack.
Yeah, but look who's sitting on the outside.
Yes. What can Davey Douglas do? He wants to get up here in the booth and have a chat to us. I know he does. He will be doing everything he can to hold on to this. The one behind him, though, Josh Mickelmore, 3 laps on current set of tyres. Sitting in a really good spot, realistically. I think at the moment of all the cars on the track, he's my pick. Ryan Jones needs to hold on to those tyres a lot better than he did the first stint. He'll learn from that first stint, though. So I get one last cough out of the way before we get ready to go green. We are in turn 2 here. Any standouts for you tonight, mate?
I guess the one person that I'm looking at is Ruben there and Matty Hunter. Like, if they both come through the field fairly good, and Ruben's in 14th and Matty Hunter's in 12th.
Yep. Lockie Urquio in London is picking Mickelmore. He's just picked out what I saw is Mickelmore was actually on pit lane when that caution came out, so he got the best advantage out of it. As they get ready to go, pace car's about to peel off. Ryan Jones will have this field. You see the cars behind are just starting to catch up. They need to get right on the back here, and Ryan Jones lets it rip, and we are green flag racing again. He gets straight up in front, covers that off Davey Douglas. Mickelmore's going to come with him and going to get down the inside of Douglas here, and Kai Turner's going to think about it as well. But Davey Douglas is able to hold this high, and he'll be able to get the acceleration off because of that banking. Should be able to hold the position, but Kai Turner's going to make him go too wide into turn 2, which he will not be happy with, and I don't think anyone will be happy with. You see back behind him, Hamish Gallagher getting right out of trouble, going to take Matty Hunter down the inside and get that spot back. Yes, it is Matty Hunter. I'm just trying to look. Matty Hunter's had a great start. He's up to 10th. Ruben Phelps is up to 12th. So something's happened there. 2 cars have gone backwards pretty quick off the start. Andrew Dyson's already up to 5th. You can see him there pouncing behind Kai Turner. It's a great restart from him, but also Jaden Russell is just behind him as well. These guys have had a great start on the fresh rubber as they come around the straight. We've got someone serving a pit lane penalty, I think, in the background. Tex Linder goes in as well. That is Stevie Dubb going into the pit lane for some reason. So I think he's had a restart infringement there. He's got a drive through. Oh, it's a big hit of the wall there for Justin Witcher, I think that was.
Yeah, it definitely looked like his car.
As Malone's going to take advantage of that. As Davey Douglas, without anyone even noticing, has got to the front of this pack and he's put 6/10 on the field. Hold on to those tyres as long as you can, Davey. But yeah, he's got the lead at the moment, trying to get some bonus points sorted out for himself. Kai Turner not quite in the line here, coming onto the final straight. Ooh, gives Dyson a bit of a hip and shoulder, sends Dyson down the inside. Dyson's not going to be happy with that. It's going to make sure this move sticks into turn 1 now, as Jaden Russell is forcing him to stay low because he wants to get him as well, but no, he's going to jump down and try and push him around the inside. They're 3 wide. That's Kai Turner getting up into the fence just about because of they were 3 wide, which you don't do at turn 1. And I think Ryan Jones's tail might have just balked him a little bit too. But yeah, no one's fault. That was just hard racing.
That's good hard racing, that. So.
But the winner of that is Malone's coming up here into... No, that's Schultz into 6th, sorry. Different black and green car. Not the Monster Energy car, but... Ryan Jones, Jaden Russell gets down the inside of Andrew Dyson. That's an important move. And puts Jaden Russell onto the podium spot with 23 to go, ahead of Andrew Dyson's. Now the leading car with the freshest rubber on the track. Davey Douglas, though, he's got a point to prove as he puts the lead out to almost a second now as they go 3 wide back. Hamish Gallagher into turn 1. Aiden Schultz stays out of that. Kai Turner comes down to try and make a move on the inside. He gets the inside of Witcher.
We may have
No, he's held on.
well
Witcher
done.
has extremely well done. That was not a very good move from Kai Turner, I'm going to say that. I'm not the expert commentator, but I wouldn't be moving that many lanes mid-corner with a car on the inside.
Definitely not. That could have ended very badly.
Yeah, definitely. It would have, and it would have been interesting to see, because if you get a yellow now, you're in getting some fresh rubber, because you can see how much of a difference fresh rubber makes as these boys at the front. Jaden Russell cutting that lead down to, no, him and Micklemore battling this out. Douglas was wanting to give anyone any kind of advantage of draft on this straight.
No.
But Jaden Russell's going to make this move work, and he's going to now start to cut into this 1.3 second lead that Davey Douglas has built up.
And you see that in real life too, the guys coming down the main straight where they don't want to give anyone any chance of drafting. They move right down onto the pole line against that fence.
Yeah, definitely. It's a strategy. I don't know if it's a strategy I would do, but it's definitely a strategy just to make people think anyway. The sun's shining very nice off Dyson's wing there. Answer me this though: you're travelling further than everyone else on the track. Doesn't that not slow you down a little bit?
No, because you're not really travelling that much further. You know, a lot of people think that staying down on the pole line is the fastest way around super speedways and some of the other tracks like Iowa and Kansas, but it's not always the quickest way around these tracks. I heard from, well, I was told from one person that if you're not using the whole track, you're not trying hard enough. You know, so it's again, it's momentum. You've just got to keep the momentum up.
No, that is it. Just going back to cars that are not in this race anymore. Mirko is back out on the track. No, he's still pitting. He's had 24 seconds in pit bay. We got Adam alone, unfortunately, with that caution. He's sitting in the pits and he's left the server. Tex Linder has left the server, 6 laps down on the lead. Stevie Dub's still there in pit lane, but he's 6 laps down. Noddy Tompkins is 2 laps down and 1 lap from the nearest car up to him on the track, which is Ben Vickers, 1 lap down. Everyone else is on the lead lap. 21 cars on the lead lap with 19 to go. As I clear my throat.
Nothing worse than having the flu.
Oh, it's horrible. And especially when you work all the way through it, it was a nightmare, but that's okay. There's always time to sleep when you die, I guess. That's what it's all about. So these guys are doing great. 41 laps in. We've got, everyone's got tyres and stuff to the end. The only thing that'll bring them into the pits now is if there is a caution. David Douglas has opened 1.5 second lead right now. This is going to be interesting to see what he's got at the end. Now we're quickly approaching the end. We're 18 laps to go. If he can make this stick and hold on, he's actually extending the lead every single lap, which is very interesting. He's extending it with Jaden Russell extending the gap back to third on Josh Micklemore. So
yellow.
We have a yellow. We have Justin Witcher going very slow on the inside here. Almost gets taken out by, I think that's Brad Fenley. We've got a very crooked looking car back there a bit further.
Is that Justin Witcher?
It is Justin Witcher, yes. That's the one I was trying to pick up. I think something's happened with him. His car's not looking very good. This is going to throw everything in. Who comes in gets tyres. Oh, there you go. That is... double hit. Is that Luke or is that Tom?
Oh, he's lucky not to get cleaned up a second time there.
Really hard to see these numbers on those cars. I think it's Neil. Yeah, it is. Tom Neal's gone down the inside here, and He's gone high, and I think that he's just come up on him.
Yeah, I
Had a
was going to
chop
say, I
on.
don't know if there's a touch there or not.
You can see there's just a touch here. You can see Tom's just drifting up. Justin's holding that seam
Yeah,
line, and it's
yeah,
just a tap in the rear, which has got him sideways. And at this stage, Justin's holding on to it. We've got no caution at this stage. If Tom can pull out of this, I think Justin holds it. But Tom just keeps on going.
yeah. He should have been right off the gas.
Yep. Giving him enough time, especially when he's the one who's come up and into his rear. I think, because that's the second hit that actually does all the damage and brings out the caution. That's my read on it. I'm not an expert.
If if I was adjudicating on it, yeah, definitely, yeah, at fault there, and he may even end up with a second one for wrecking. So and he's come off second best himself
Yeah, well,
because
that's the thing. Like, if he had a lifted, Justin holds his line fine. He doesn't spin off and come down. He's ruined his tyres. You can see how much he's locked up there. He doesn't actually do any damage to the car, but he holds his position. So,
does he touch the fence? No,
no, I think.
no, he's been able to hold it off the fence. So,
Geez, actually,
oh,
hold on, because we're in slow mo here. Oh, no, I think that's a kiss. That's the
yeah,
slightest of kisses. But anyway, let's go back. We got to see cars coming into the pit lane, as I suggested. Who's going to stay out? Davy Douglas, Double D taking the field to school. He was, but this hurts him. Unless everyone comes in the pit, which they are. Everyone is in pit lane.
and it's days off.
Dave's off. Dave gets in front of Dyson. Hamish is going to get caught up in the middle of this. Ryan Jones gets out there with him. Oh, I'm in the wrong car.
Tell you what, that's good from Hamish because he's made up about 4 spots there.
Yeah, Hamish wasn't. He was sort of buried down in that pack for a while there. Ryan Jones, I think, lost out from that. Luke George's done a really good job getting up a few spots there. Aiden Schultz lost out a little bit. But Davey Douglas, Jaden Russell was not affected. Both cars on fresh rubber. Everyone's on the same rubber now. We've got 16 laps to go, I reckon. If Davey Douglas has got the speed like he showed he had last restart, he just goes hell for leather. Because I think 15, 16 laps, or 14, 15 laps, you're not going to have a huge drop-off compared to everyone else. I think you burn these tyres up as quick as you can and get as much of a lead as you can and just try and hold on. What do you reckon, Mark? Or you hold on and hope for those last 5 laps to have a bit better tyres than everyone else?
Yeah, well, it's a hard one because you can go and try and get that lead. Because if you try and save tyres here, you're going to lose positions. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to get you back with the tyres that you've got under you if you save them tyres.
Yeah, I reckon you lose maybe a second a lap by the end of it, and I'm talking by the last 2 or 3 laps. If you go hard now, I think there's enough life in these tyres. They've all got the fresh stuff on. Interesting, no one took, from my data, no one took just 2. I think if you had taken 2 there, you could have saved about 7 seconds on the pit lane. You could have actually jumped a chunk of positions with 15 to go. I don't think there was much issue in that, but that's why I'm up here talking about it, and these guys are out there racing for podiums. So,
see, it depends. Like the lights are, we'll go back green here, but we've seen in that first thing, Wilco, a 2-second drop off. So everyone's going to end up with roughly the same drop off of 2 seconds. So it's just going to be depends on how brave you are on cold tyres.
That's it. Big shout out to Matty Hunter and Ruben Phelps, both in the top 10 now. Norman Clark's just outside the top 10. Tom Pritchard's got himself up to 12th, which is a great job from where he was earlier on in the race. Kai Turner's down to 16th. He's a big loser out of tonight as far as positions go, and I think he might have just got a little bit of damage fixed up while he's in the pit lane, because his pit lane box time then was 42 seconds compared to a normal 14.
Now, just a quick one too. We're using the restart zones here, so they're restricted on when they can go.
Yes. I don't know exactly where that is, but it is, yeah, they've got their little area. You can see the blue on the inside there. It's when they can start. Davey Douglas has control of it, so here we go. What's he going to do?
Anyway, from now.
He is off. We are green flag racing. The flag is flying. The Kai Turner's trying to get as many cars as he can down this first straight, but Davey Douglas gets back up top to cover the pass, and Jaden Russell and Andrew Dyson here battling it out yet again. Michael Moore just watching it. Hamish Gallagher's in there as well. Ryan Jones, what a top 6 we have for you as Michael Moore grabs the wall on the way out there of turn 1. But even if you go a bit further through, Ruben Phelps, Aiden Schultz, Matty Raymond, Matty Hunter, that's your top 10. What a top 10 as Jaden Russell makes the move for the lead and makes it stick out of turn 2. And I think Dyson's getting ready to get him out of turn 3 here as well. Oh, no. Dave's held on there.
Dave's a brave man running around the outside. He wants to make that outside line work.
He's got the front of this. He's going to hold on to Jay. Oh, we got back where it's not yellow. That is Campbell's into the wall. I just want to quickly look at a replay of that and let me know if anything happens.
Yeah, Jaden's got the lead and Dyson's underneath.
Andrew Dyson is in second. Just quickly look at this. Brett Campbell comes out of the exit and just hits the wall. Hits the wall hard. Takes a trip, almost trips over Luke Georgeson and into the wall. Does not bring out the yellow. Let's go back to live. Jaden Russell has that spot and he's quickly putting a lead on. Almost half a second now over Dyson. So Davey Douglas might have slightly held up Dyson there, which I don't think he'll be happy with, but it's hard to tell when I'm watching a replay of a car that went flying into the wall out of turn 3 at the back of the pack. But Davey likes this high line. He's making it work. We've got another car coming in the background there. I'm not sure what that's about. That looks like Wesley Crosley, though, closely.
Dave's got to be careful here because, Hamish, you got a little bit crossed up.
Dave's to the wall, too. Yeah, so Dave using the high line's got to be heating those tyres up. It's amazing how much speed he had before. Look at him get that car sideways on the turn in. He's almost doing this like dirt drifting, but the exit there, he has lost all momentum there. As we focus on Jaden Russell, let's go back to this actual pack. You see, whenever I watch Dave drive, his tail always just looks loose. But he's got to hold on with Hamish here, but Hamish will get him into turn 1. He's got the position right.
Exactly. He's on the low line. Those couple of little touches on the wall, I think that's Dave's the race done.
As he can't even keep it. It's not staying low at all. You can see how much that rear end just wants to step out on him. It looks like from my angle that he's fighting that car around every one of these corners of the triangle.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way because he's dropping back further and further back. Like yeah. That rear end is very, very loose. Yeah,
and I think it's balked Ryan Jones there a little bit. You can see how he wants to get out the nose. Front of the nose points to the infield almost at points, and then it just kicks out on the exit. And but no, Ryan Jones should make this stick now. The front looking very interesting. We got the common 3 plus Jaden's back at the front here. As I just we go 4 wide into turn 1 almost.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a touch up there between Dave and the 11 of
Ryan Jones.
Ryan Jones, yeah.
These guys are definitely making them fight for it. As we got 10 to go here at Pocono. Like I said, brought to you by Locked On Lads, which is us. Go to the Facebook page, Locked On Lads. There's not much happening at the moment on there, but we are broadcasting. We are getting ready for a charity drive for the Spa 24 hour. So
that's what I was going to ask you, mate. Is he still doing that cure for cancer?
Yeah, we're trying
Was
to.
it?
Oh, he's into the wall hard. That's Ruben Phelps. That's a big hit into the wall. So my life at the moment is wake up early, work a shift, come home, sleep, get up, work a shift, come home, sleep, go out, work a shift, come home, sleep, and then I get 2 hours, 3 hours if I'm broadcasting. So at the moment I haven't had a chance to set everything up, but it is definitely on my plans this weekend to get everything finalised, cure cancer. We're racing the Spa 24 hour. So keep an eye out for more details about that soon. We'll have a donations page on lockedonlads.com/something. I think it's going to be charity or donate. I'll set it up in the next couple of days, but keep an eye out for that. We'll push that fairly soon. But,
yeah, definitely everyone get behind that, because as everyone at some point in their life will know someone that's got cancer or had a family member or close friend. It's a disease that we really need to get behind and find a cure for.
Yep, definitely. And Cure Cancer is a really cool organisation. I've got a mate who runs the promo or runs the marketing department for that, or I actually know what he worked, but he's working with them now, employed by them. So we're helping him out. We were supposed to do a charity drive with their actual superhero streamers run that they did, but we're just doing one on our own now in our own time. So looking to raise some good money. But yeah, keep an eye out for that fairly soon as we watch Michael Moore getting around in fourth, just outside podium spot at the front four, start to spread out just a little bit with about 3 seconds covering the top four. Oh. But yeah, so this is a pretty good, little battle going on back down there. Davey Douglas is unfortunately part of it, where he should be up the front battling for a win. I got Slider in Twitch saying I was struggling but happy to keep turning laps. They did pits on lap 30. I crossed the line, went yellow, so I got an end of line for entering under yellow. Then got the black because I waited for a lap for someone to pass me as instructed, and they didn't get by in time, went green. And then I got a black for passing under yellow and parked it. Oh no.
That's not a good way to end the race, and unfortunately iRacing controls all that. So
yeah, that is unfortunate, as we are 53 laps into this race. Thank you for chatting with us on Twitch, you legend. We are on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as the front pack is starting to really bunch up now. I said before they were just starting to spread out. Really starting to bunch up now. The podium seems to be pretty well cemented. It's just what positions they're going to finish up in, I think, at the moment, unless we have a late caution. I don't think we want a late caution now. I think we're green to the end. I want to see it. I want this.
I was going to say, Wilco, this is Pocono.
It is.
Anything's possible.
Anything can happen indeed, as the cars down the back are starting to go slow, but nothing to actually cause a caution, which is good to see. Ruben Phelps and Matty Raymond are doing a little bit of back and forthing as well down the back straight. As Davey Douglas continues to drive that car anywhere but straight.
I think he's trying out for the drift team.
Yeah, I think he is too. He's going to try and put some stuff on for Dyson later on. Him and Dyson are going to do some doughies and some drifting, I think. But these guys at the front here, Jaden Russell, Hamish Gallagher is actually the quickest of the three. Now, you expect that because he is the third one back, so he's getting a tow from everyone along the line. But he hits the wall, though. That's going to hurt. That, unfortunately, is not the best spot to be on this track. I know you've got to be going as fast as you can, and you hit the wall sometimes, leave a mark on your car, but that was a big hit. As you can see how much that's hurt him. He's now almost 7/10 back from Dyson, where he was right up on him. He might have just kissed his win chances goodbye. Jaden Russell, though, Andrew Dyson making a good little run of this as we come around with not many to go at all. Other than this, top 10, Norman Clark's moved himself into the top 10, eyeing off 9th spot with a Taylor Davey Douglas right in front of him there. Kai Turner, unfortunately, from where he started, down to 11th now. The big movers are obviously Jaden Russell, our leader. Matty Raymond, as always. Ruben Phelps all up double-digit positions, which is great to see. but it's all on at the front here. I reckon Dyson's almost got him. He's slightly quicker each lap. The gap is, as you can see there, nothing. And 5 to go, 4 to go very soon. I think, unless his tyres dive off a cliff, I think he's in a pretty good spot right now.
I think turn 3 will be on the final lap for Dyson.
Yeah, you reckon he'll hold on to then?
Yeah, he'll. That's where he'll try and make his move, I'd say. But I have been known to be wrong.
Never. What are you talking about? That doesn't happen. As we watch the front of Dice's car, you just see him just trying to get that little bit of a, nah, I'm going to hold off. Trying to race it smart tonight. If he is going for the championship, he needs every single point he can get over Hamish. So that extra spot that he get, if he gets Jane Russell's spot, will be ever so important at the end of the season.
I know Hamish will probably be sitting back there saying, "Go on, dive, take the dive."
Because I think that's Hamish's best chance now, because he's really dropped off after hitting that wall. He's over a second back now. He's got to really be careful. No, him and Josh are doing about the same laps.
Yellow.
Wow, we've got a yellow. You've called it, Brad Fenley. He's not facing the right direction right now. And he has no top of his bonnet. This, if you've got tyres left, you are jumping in and you're putting fresh rubber on now, and it's going to come down to this pit lane race. So we need to get alive in a second. Just watch the pit lane to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see if someone decides to... Oh, there you go.
Oh,
that's a big hit.
No comment on that.
That was Luke, unfortunately, the second After Dark racing car to be an incident tonight. Yeah, that's a big hit. That's unfortunate. Great job for everyone to miss him. Well done. But let's go back live, because we're going to be looking at what this front group does. Who's going to stay up? What do you do, Mark? What's your call? Because by the time it's green, white, checkered is what we're going to get.
Yeah.
Does track position and fresh rubber make a huge difference here?
Fresh rubber would be nice, but I don't know if I'd want it on a green white checker. I just don't know if they come up the temp.
That's it. That's a huge problem. If I was anyone from, let's say, 8 down, I'm rolling the dice.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon these top 3, top 5 will stay out.
So what's going to happen here? Pit lane's open.
No, they're coming in.
No one's faking. Everyone, the whole field.
Oh,
no,
great fake by Jaden. They did all fake.
I thought.
Great fake by Jaden.
I reckon Jaden's got the win. I'll call it right now. Jaden's got the win.
Yeah, but Hamish and Dicey were great on cold tires.
I suppose you're only looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars have stayed out.
Yeah, but are they all on the lead lap, mate? That's the...
No, because that's one of them. That's 5. So who we got? We got Jaden Russell, Josh Mickelmore, Ruben Phelps.
Yeah, Ruben Phelps is on the lead.
Luke Georgeson. And no, that's Wesley, who's a couple laps down. So that's 4 cars that are going to be in the front of Ryan Jones. Ryan Jones, the first out of the pit lane. He has taken 2 tyres, along with Davey Douglas has taken 2, Norman Clark has taken 2, and Kai Turner has taken 2. Andrew Dyson's the first of the cars that have taken 4. So not only now have they lost positions on the 4 that stayed out, but the 4 who only took the 2 tyres.
And you can see...
So you've now got 8 cars they've got to get past to get back to the lead in 2 laps.
Yeah, and you can see Dyson there trying to get heat in those spots. Yeah.
Wow. We didn't want this. Yes, Lockie, I think 274's got some explaining to do for that one, yes. I'm hoping that it's my my screen went black and I couldn't see anything. But we'll see. We'll leave that up to the experts at the end of the thing. This is going to be who, if you're out there in chat, who's your money on? Because I'm still on Jaden. I think Jane, Josh, and I reckon Jones, he might get there. But Dice is going to be coming hard.
But I wouldn't. I tell you what, I'm touching wood as I saying this. The 06 of Ruben, I wouldn't count him out for a podium.
No, definitely. He's showed pace all night. He's up many positions. We've seen him all night, just continually running quicker than everyone else.
And I've got to support him. He is a teammate of mine in the Warriors, Weekend Warriors. So yeah,
hey,
as much as I
support who we want, don't don't worry about it. It's going to come down to who's got damage on their car too. I think Jaden and Josh have got the cleanest cars up front.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dyson's made the right call. We're going to see. Hamish, he's a long way back. Like, he's in 9th with 2 laps.
Yeah. I'll tell you one person I wouldn't mind seeing on the podium is that 09 driver, Norman Clark.
We got him up in the booth last week to have a bit of a chat. Yeah, just randomly.
Gentleman racer he is.
He is. He's a legend. He's 7th. That's a great job. He's one of those ones who played it on strategy. Very, very good effort. Storm and Norman is the dark horse from Lockie. Trev reckons it's watch out for Hamish. Ooh, here we go. Turn 2. We're going to have a green and a white, and then we're going to go. I thought I heard someone's engine blow then, but I don't think that's true. Oh, this is fascinating. I said I didn't want a caution. Here we go. We've got it, and it just brings everything. Like, yes, everything's up for grabs now. Everyone's got a chance, especially when we're going to have cars on different strategies, different tires, all fighting their way through the field. We could have another caution here. We could finish under yellow, which will be what a couple of people up front are hoping for, as Jane Russell gets us ready to go green. As he launches it, needs to get over as quick as he can, cover off the position as everyone goes down low. Schultz, Jones, Norman. Storm and Norman's having a great start. Micklemore, Phelps, almost come together coming into turn 1. Almost caused that caution. We're 4 wide.
Caution.
That's it. We are cautioned. Who was that? I saw some. Is that Dyson? Dyson's facing the wrong way. So let's go for the chopper. They've gone 15 wide into turn 1, and that's 274 again. Luke. Yeah. I'm not going to call this one. You can see Dyson's on the seam. You can see Luke's up top. I think Luke's just turning earlier for the corner than Dyson is, and I think he's just turned into him. So I'm not going to have any say on what is the result of that, but we're now finished, aren't we? There's only
I'm not sure. Because I can't. I don't know how this is set up.
Because this is great. It says final lap on mine, so it wouldn't be saying final lap if it wasn't. If it was going to go green, white checker is my understanding of it.
Yeah,
I think Jane Russell's got this. I think Josh Micklemore's second. I think Ruben Phelps is third. You can see Dyson's done a great job to hold on to this. He's unfortunately going to clip Wesley here, which is going to help spin that front nose right around, that's what's ultimately got the caution going.
Yeah.
Let's go live. Let's go up front. Let's watch these cars. That is it. We have our winner, Jane Russell, up 22 spots to win the race. Very well done. Good strategy play. He was the one who stayed out. That's what you needed to do. Get lucky with it. He's got lucky tonight. Well, not just got lucky. He had an absolutely brilliant race. Was definitely showed he had the pace all night, but good call at the end, and got the yellow that helped him. I think he was going to get there anyway, but got the yellow that got him across the line.
So Hamish down in 11th, so
Yeah, it was that pit stop didn't help him, and then
Yeah.
had no time. We only had one corner from the restart, so that's going to hurt Hamish for this one. He won't be happy with that. Well, let's have a quick look at the overall standings. Jane Russell first, Josh Mickelmore second, Ruben Phelps third, Ryan Jones fourth, Norman Clark storming Norman up into fifth with that great restart that he got. Aiden Schultz in sixth. What a good job from him. Matty Raymond all the way up to seventh. Unfortunately, Davey Douglas finished eighth after showing great form midway through that race. Kai Turner ninth. Tom Pritchard, well done to get to 10th. Hamish Gallagher just outside the 10 in 11th. Luke Georgeson might have some questions to ask in 12th. Nathan Rullick in 13th. Ben Vickers in 14th. Tom Neal might also have some questions to answer in 15th. Matty Hunter in 16th after having a really good run there. Even he's still up 11 positions, but I thought he was going to get higher than that. Dyson, unfortunately, after a great race tonight, ends up in 17th after that final incident. Noddy Tompkins in 18th, one lap down. Brett Campbell in 19th, and the rest are casualties or more than a couple laps down at the back there with Brad, Justin, Kobe, Stevie Dub, Tex, Adam, Mirko, and Jamie, unfortunately. Jamie was the one who didn't start the race. So what do you reckon, Mark? While I try and get some stuff lined up for when we get people in to have a chat.
Yeah, definitely. Great result for Ruben. Norman, and as you said, mate, a fantastic result there for Norman. Aiden, a good drive up 6 spots. Matty Raymond is another one that's come up from 24th to finish 7th. So some great results for guys there.
Yeah, definitely. There's some really good results there. I think the car we got on screen doing the doughies before he comes up has had a great night. But yeah, definitely some drives for the field there. Aiden Schultz sixth. Whenever you get sixth in a in a Thunder race, you're doing a great night, especially those days we were talking about all the way through the night. The right front there. So very good effort. We're having people coming into general chat, but no one in the green room as yet. Although we have our third place finisher. I'm going to grab him.
Yeah, grab him up.
Can I drag? Oh yeah, I can. And tonight's third place finisher is the one, the only, Ruben Phelps. Take it away, Mark. Have a chat to Ruben.
Well done, Ruben. Great finish there. Starting 22nd on the start and come all the way through the field to third.
Yeah, it was a bit eventful. I think there was so many battles that I was around through that race that there was like a couple guys would like pinch each other, and then I'll get a huge slingshot and you get like a free wide pass, and then there was other moments. But like through that race, I was just taking my time, but I kept screwing myself up in like battles that I needed to, and then kept smacking the wall off the corner. So the car lost a bit of horsepower on that last run before that last caution there. So I thought, I know what this track is like when everybody's all jumbled up at the first corner of the green white checker, and thankfully it all happened and a crash happened and it got locked on the podium from not going to the pits. So I was pretty happy with that idea.
Was it always going to be a fake going into the pits and then not do it, or you reacted to people in front of you?
Well, I was going to I would have initially probably faked it anyway, but I was going to go and do a 2-tire change just to make sure I don't lose too much track position and gain a couple of other spots. But then, like I said, I knew what the restarts are like, especially on those green white checkers, where if the field gets quite jumbled up with, especially with how many guys were on the lead lap still, there's going to be a lot of guys at the back just stay out and hope heck turn one turns into a chaos show. So thankfully that happens. So luckily, everybody that didn't pit sort of got saved there. And because I had damage, that was the only solution I had.
You seem to have pace all night, mate. Were you happy with the car all night?
Oh, I was definitely happy with it. It's just my silly mistakes from grabbing the wall a couple of times. So it's what sort of slowed the car down. But all in all, I got the track position at the right time and got a podium.
Well,
Gotta,
you go, Mark.
yeah, I was going to say, you've got to be happy. You're getting some reasonable finishes now, Ruben. So, in the Cup cars, both with ANZCAR and the Warriors, are you happy with where your racing is at this point in the season?
Well, to be honest, it goes week on, week off. Like one day or 1 week I'll have a real bad week, and then the following week I'll have a real good week. I guess it depends on the racetracks, but I still haven't found my sweet spot yet. But just over the last few days, I've just sort of been running with the leaders and been able to pass cars and take my time, which is probably a bit different. Of course, I still race hard, which is everybody knows about. I mean, I don't do anything drastic. Over this past week, I've changed my driving just fraction. Doesn't mean all of it, but a fraction.
Yeah, I know last weekend you were saying that with the Cup cars, you may have needed to change just a fraction. So obviously that change that you've made in the Cup cars has also come through to the Xfinity cars. So are you feeling more comfortable in the car now with that change?
I found that it's actually got better with every other car but the next gen car at this point in time. Like, I don't know if it's something to do with the braking in this next gen car since the update, but like if you stomp or like brake too much, I find like maybe after 15 laps lately, I've noticed that the brakes sort of disappear or the car doesn't want to slow down. But with obviously every other car, I can get it slowed down exactly where I want it and, turn it in. So I think the next gen car is obviously it's changed a lot since, it's been around for about a year on this platform. So we all know it's changed a lot since then. So I think I just got to get used to it and just again drive to the ability of the car.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we'll keep getting updates right throughout the year, and then again next year I think we'll probably be the same. More updates as they come, more data comes to iRacing. Again, mate, a good third position, up all those spots from 22nd. So before we let you go, if Wilco's got nothing else, love the sponsors and support us, mate.
I've got to congratulate Josh Mickelmore and Jane Russell for getting in their other two positions in the podium there, but got to thank Brad Ellison for being the leader of Momentum Esports, Jamie Nankervis, who was in there for practice, but he's usually busy on a Wednesday night, so he just chills out. Of course, Tristo, who usually is here but didn't make it tonight, and also I suppose Wilco for Locked On Lads and you, Mark, for helping out when you can, and Edward and Matty Hunter for the ANZCAR, and of course Danny G when he's around too.
All right, mate. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the ANZCAR Cup. Thanks for your time and congratulations.
Cheers, guys.
That was third place, Ruben Phelps, and a very good drive from him tonight. But the person who my money was on, Josh Mickelmore, ended up second, mate. Congratulations on a well-deserved second.
Hey, Wilco, Mark. Yeah. It was a good fun race, actually. A few laughs with the drivers after the race. It was a good night's racing, actually.
Were you always going to do the fake at the pits at the last caution?
Yeah, I ended up nailing I'm not sure if you guys see it, but yeah, I nailed the wall twice in that last run and the tunnel turn, and my car was wrecked. So I was like, I'm going to just stay out and just hope for the best and hope for a yellow, and it came.
I was just going to say, I'm going to have to stop getting into the broadcast booth, mate, because every time I seem to get in the broadcast booth, I'm talking to you after the race.
Yeah, we get to have a chat, mate. Let's keep doing it, mate.
How'd you find tyres in that there tonight in these cars? Because I know you normally drive the Cup car. Much difference between the Cup car and the Xfinity car with the tyre wear?
I haven't ran the Cup carrier for a while, to be honest. But yeah, tonight the right front, you can wear that down pretty hardcore tonight. But I think everyone was fairly even on it. I think I burnt my stuff off a little bit more than Daiso and Hamish in that first run. But yeah, where my strengths were tonight was definitely short run, especially that last run was just we nailed the wall. But yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, Pocono's always turns out some good racing. If you can get close racing. For a while there's some brave people even going 4 wide down the main straight.
Yeah, I've done a lot of races here. It's a pretty good track to me in the past. And yeah, like you said, it's a very wide track, so you can afford to go 4 wide and stuff. Sometimes you can get a few wrecks out of it, but it is wide enough. It can be done. Although, yeah, there's a lot of bumps in turn 1 off that second seam and that, so you don't want to be out there in turn 1. But yeah, it's definitely wide enough to do it.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I was saying before the race. That turn 1 and turn 3, you've really got to get down onto that pole line and stay away from the rough stuff. But a lot of guys were trying to get that outside line working in 2 and 3. Some brave people right up against the wall there.
Yeah, so you can get if you're up on the top, you can get the momentum coming out of the corner, and if there's someone up the inside, if you end up sort of half passing them down the straight and sort of setting yourself up for the straight sort of thing. So the run on the exit up top is definitely good in those couple of corners if you can do it. But yeah, definitely not on turn 1 though.
Yeah, no, those bumps are definitely not car friendly.
No, yeah, just I think I was behind Hamish and we're in that second lane or whatever because there was cars underneath us, and yeah, it just sent us straight up towards the fence. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Dave found him a couple of times and ended up clipping the wall a few times, and we commented that we thought he was trying out for the drift teams.
Yeah.
His car wasn't facing straight at any point in time. I'm just quickly looking at the championship table right now, Josh. How often do you have a check out of that at the moment?
Every now and then. I think after tonight it's going to be almost even, I think, though.
That's what I'm trying to work out. You're 9 places ahead of Hamish, and there was a 13-point gap. I think it's going to be pretty close coming into next round. Is it something you've been looking forward to, like looking at it at the start of the season? I know it's a silly thing to say. Are you trying to win the championship? But was it something that was on your radar at the start of the season?
To be honest, we're just here to do some racing, man, and whatever happens. I haven't really worried about it too much. I have looked at the last couple of weeks, though, but I'm not like stressing about it or anything like that, to be honest.
Is it going to change your approach to the next couple of weeks at all?
I'll approach it the same I do every other week, and we'll just see what happens, man. Obviously, we really need a win though in these next few weeks if we are going to take season 2 away, because Hamish is very, very consistent in this car. So I think we're going to need at least one win before the end of the season and finish a couple of races ahead of him. But it's going to be tough, but yeah, we'll bring the challenge to him.
I'll tell you what, mate, I'll try and make a few more Wednesday nights for you.
Yeah, that'd be good.
He's here for cash for broadcasting, so he can win some races. Just slip some money marks away. You'll be right. We'll get him in. Look, mate, who do you want to shout out? Who's your sponsors that you want to shout out?
Yeah, just like shout out to our sponsors, Affinity Constructions Australia, Madass Designs, ANZCAR, and you guys at Locked On Lads TV putting on the broadcast, and Mark as well for putting out your time.
It's a pleasure, mate. Always happy to come help out, a brother league and get in and help Wilco out, you know.
Oh, I need it.
Mate, well, congratulations on second place. As I said, I'll try and make a few more and we'll try and get that win for you, eh?
Yeah, we'll see how we go. There's a few good tracks coming up.
Yeah, definitely. All right, mate. Thanks for your time tonight, and we'll let you go, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup car, and then again, hopefully we're talking to you next week here in the Thunder Series again.
Yep, no, too easy. Cheers, boys.
And that's Josh Micklemore. We're going to bring up now the race winner in Jaden Russell. What a drive from the back, right strategy call at the end. Mate, talk us through what happened there, Jaden.
He's disappeared. I was just going to say.
The car from the back, not turn up. Didn't even make practice, didn't make a qualifying lap, and then to come through to the win is pretty cool.
Definitely the way to do it, the old back to front challenge. At what stage, like we watched you come through the field, you were doing a great job that first 30 laps cutting through. You got yourself right up onto the tail of the leaders anyway. That first caution comes out. Where did you think your chances were at that stage?
I was still thinking maybe a top 3 was pushing it because I hadn't done any practice with sort of qualifying pace laps, so I thought Dyson and Hamish and Josh and the likes of them boys would just disappear. But I sort of got lucky, got past them and just took off and set the pace myself, and yeah, from there it was pretty good.
Have you done many laps around Pocono before this?
I raced here last season. I believe I got half a race in before I knocked the fence down. And that's pretty much my experience here. So to come out and win tonight is pretty good.
Now, was it always the call to fake the pit stop at the end?
I don't think it would have mattered. I'm pretty sure Dyson was just going to do the opposite of what I did anyway, because it was... if I was in his position, I would have looked at it like it was the only way I was going to win if I did the opposite and just hope that it either went green or it went yellow like it did and worked for me.
Well, you've had a few weeks off, which is unfortunate because I would have liked to seen you had a good run at the championship again this season. Have we got you back now for a bit more permanent state?
Not really on Wednesday nights anymore. I was just too busy with work now. It's making it hard, so that's why I've sort of stepped back this season. I've made the ones I can make. That's why I'm turning up late and not really getting any practice in either. So I'm just doing it, turning up for the fun, make up a number, and yeah, to get it up like this is pretty cool.
Now, you go, Mark.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, for someone that's not doing it full time, you certainly can turn the car all right. How did you find the tyre wear tonight? At any point, were you thinking about just grabbing the 2 tyres to try and get that little bit of more of an advantage?
No, I felt pretty good on my tyres. Like that first run, I pushed them fairly hard to get past the slower cars, obviously starting from the back, and I wasn't far off what Hamish and Josh's tyre wear was, so I knew I was pretty safe on that second one to push a fair bit harder, so I felt good. Dyson was definitely quicker than me at the end there, and I would have liked to have raced him to the end, but that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Wilco?
Yeah, we were watching closely with that, 3-4 laps to go, and I actually said I wanted to go green because I wanted to see. I think it was going to be a fascinating battle between you two. You believe he had the pace though with those last 3 laps? He would have got you?
I don't know if he would have got me because it seems to be very easy to defend the spot around here. But he was definitely had a bit of pace on me. I was trying to work out how he was so fast off turn 3, but I just couldn't get it down. Made the mistake, and he obviously got on the back of me. But it would have been a good race from there. For the second time in 2 weeks, we've been denied a good race at Cup Series. I spun myself out when I was battling for a lead there. And then this one got taken away from us with a yellow, but it happens.
Yeah, it does. But you still made the right call in the end. And once again, I think it would have been fascinating to watch those last 2 laps if we had gone green the whole way. And what did you think at that stage, if you had gone green the whole way? Would you have been able to hold on from there?
Nah, no chance. I think we was maybe 1.5 to 2 seconds slower than green tyres, so it wouldn't have lasted. I might have led it and one more lap, but I wouldn't have led the last one, I don't think. It was just a flip of a coin. Was it going to go yellow or were we going to go green? Well, ultimately that call won the race. So
you picked the right one tonight for sure. Who do you want to thank, mate, and who do you want to shout out?
Oh, yeah, just Josh and Hamish tonight. They helped me a bit. I didn't even know where the cone was for the pit lane, so I was trying that green flag stop. They sort of gave me some tips on where to brake and where the cone was, the speed limits and stuff like that. So that helped out a lot. And obviously, yes, Synergy sponsors. Wave Runner, the major sponsor this season, so thanks to them.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Are you going to be in the Cup Series a bit more regular on Thursday night? Is that I haven't been able to watch it to keep up with it.
The plan is to do all the Cup Series races from now. I had to miss a few early on in the season just from other commitments. That sort of ruined the championship attempt a bit, like the top 10 anyway, to make the playoffs. But I'm still having fun with it. Not that I enjoy the car that much, but the racing's good. So
Excellent. Well, good luck tomorrow night then and for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you at some stage soon.
thanks, mate.
So, Mark, that is Pocono. What did you think now you've had a chance to think about it?
Some great racing there. Some big moves. As I said, there's like Matty Hunter coming up, Ruben Phelps, and Jaden Russell to come from 23rd in the grid to win the race. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think Pocono put on a show. Like I said, there was the disappointment was not getting. We'll rob both the two grandstand finishes, I think, by two late cautions, unfortunately. So otherwise, such a good race, such a lot of strategy was unfolding. It was really good to see, and yeah, it was a good race. And like I said, some good names, got some good spots. Norman Clark 5th is one of those standout little things when you look down the order. Matty Hunter in 16th. They've done a good job from where he started. Matty Raymond, as always, getting up there in the 7th. But Ruben Phelps and Jaden Russell, yeah, can't argue with those performances tonight. Anyway, thank you so much, Mark, for joining me tonight. We'll probably get to chat to you sometime before the season's out. We've got only, the 4 races to go now. So I'm sure we'll talk to you there. I hope you had a bit of fun tonight.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And as I said, I'll be back. I've got to come back now for Josh. If I don't come back and do at least a couple of more races, he'll come hunting for me in the Cup cars.
You definitely don't want that. So
no.
So just quickly, we're going to go to next week. We head to Indianapolis for the Indianapolis 150, 60 laps around Indy. So we've only got 3 races to go. Michigan 150. And then we end up at Watkins Glen for a 33-lap road race to finish off this season. Oh, my God, everything's going to happen that week. But look, thank you, everyone who's been chatting in each of the socials and liking and subscribing and all that kind of stuff. You've done a great job. Locked On Lads TV is the place for both Australasian Supercar E-Series and the ANZCAR Thunder for the moment. So go make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel in particular. The new PC's on the way. It's literally on the way again after it's getting repaired and rebuilt. After the first one that came through didn't work. So it's in the post now. So it should be here hopefully by Friday or Monday. So hopefully next week you'll see some more shinier graphics. But other than that, thank you everyone who hung around and watched the race tonight and got in chat. Thank you, Mark, for talking to us, keeping me going while my throat was passing out. And we'll catch you all on Sunday nights for the next round of the Australasian Supercars E-Series, and then next week for this one, ANZCAR Thunder. Have a great week all, and thank you, everyone.